Hi everyone, sorry I'm not able to be at school today, but please be sure to work hard to focus and get your work done, and please be respectful of the substitute in the classroom. I will be back next class. So in this video, you're going to get a brief overview of what you're going to work through today. So my first reminder here is if you are a Zoom student today, if you are on Zoom, remember there will not be a class Zoom since I am not in the building. So in order for you to be counted present for attendance purposes, you'll need to click here and complete that quick Google form. So you're going to watch today's video. It's going to give you a quick overview of the different things you're going to work through. Your warm-up today is an IXL skill, and it's skill FHC, which is practicing finding the volume of cylinders. So remember, our cylinder volume formula is V is equal to pi times radius squared, and there should be an H there as well. Right now, what I have on the screen, my mistake, is just the area of a circle formula. So we do find the area of the circle since that's the base of the cylinder, but then we have to remember to multiply it by H, the height. So there should be an H at the end here. I will get that fixed as well. So that's your formula you're going to use. You want to reach a SMART score of at least 80. And remember, you don't have to submit anything to me. Your results come directly to my end of IXL. So let's do one practice problem together here on this skill. So here we're trying to find the volume of the cylinder. We're using 3.14 for pi, and we want to round our answer to the nearest hundredth. So we would look at the information given to us here. We're given the radius. We're given halfway across the circle is 10 millimeters, and we're also given that the height of the cylinder is 10 millimeters. So if we would use our formula, V is equal to pi times radius squared times height, we would take our radius of 10 and square it. So 10 times 10 would give us 100. Then we would multiply that by our height. So we would have that 100 times 10, which is our height. That would get us 1,000. And then we would multiply by pi. We would type in 3.14. So after we would multiply that all together, we would get 3,140. And that's what we would type in. Now be careful. Some of these questions, let's see if I can jump to one and find one. I'm trying to find one like this. Some of them will give you the diameter, so all the way across the circle. So if you're given the diameter, remember you have to find the radius. So we have to take that diameter and cut it in half. We have to divide it by 2 to find the radius, and then we can use our volume formula of V is equal to pi times radius squared times height. So you want to reach a SMART score of at least 80 on this skill. After you've done your IXL practice, you're going to watch the 13D video notes. This still practices volume, but it is volume of rectangular prisms instead of cylinders. So when you go to your notes, you have 3 different videos to watch. I would highly encourage you to have 2 different colors. You can see here in the videos I'm using 2 different colors, a green and a pink. I think it is very helpful, and it helps you visualize the rectangular prisms better. So those are going to be your video notes. Be sure that you watch, you listen, and you take notes in your notes packet. If you don't have your notes packet, feel free to take notes on a blank piece of paper or to print a notes packet as well. So after you watch those video notes, you're going to do some practice. You're going to do the 13D Go Formative practice. So there are 10 problems. Please make sure that you show all of your work. The bubbles will, of course, turn green and red, telling you whether you're correct or incorrect. So that Go Formative practice looks like this. You're going to be using your volume formula for your rectangular prisms, which is length times width times height. So again, please be sure that you show all of your work, and please be sure that you label your answers. Since we're talking volume, we're talking units cubed now. So when we are talking area, we would have units squared. So like inches squared, centimeters squared. Now that we're talking volume, we would have inches cubed or centimeters cubed. Whatever our units are going to be cubed. So a little exponent of 3. So you can see here, these problems are scaffolded. So number 1, and number 2, you can see are already broken up for you, broken up into those 2 rectangular prisms. As you continue on, like in 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, you're going to have to break them up. So you can either break them with a line up and down to get like a left and right rectangular prism, or you can break it left to right to get more of a top and bottom. Just remember, when you break it, you can't break it diagonally. You have to break it down into two completely rectangular prisms. There can't be any diagonals. So again, be sure to watch your notes. These are set up exactly like the notes. You're going to break the figures down into two rectangular prisms. You're going to find the volume of each of those prisms by doing length times width times height, and then you're going to add their two volumes together to get their total volume. On number 8, it's just more real world. It's still a composite figure, but you're going to find the total volume of the cake. So you're going to find the top volume of the volume of the top cake, and then the volume of the bottom layer of the cake. Here again, just more real world. They're separated for you. You're going to find the volume of each of the popsicle and the ice cream sandwich. Then you're going to add them together. And last but not least, 10 is your most challenging one. It talks about 2 boxes, but it only gives you the dimensions of one of the boxes, the bigger box. It tells you that the dimensions of the top box are half of the dimensions of the bottom box. So you first have to find that smaller box's dimensions. Then you'll find the volumes of each of them and add them together. So again, your bubbles are going to turn green and red. It should be your goal to have all 10 green bubbles before you submit. If you have questions, you may ask each other. You may ask the substitute, or you can Canvas message me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So that's your main practice problem or practice activity for lesson 13D. When you're done, when you have 10 green bubbles, you're going to watch the video notes so we're ready to practice next class, the surface area of cylinders. So make sure that you watch, listen, and take notes on these. They look like this. They are 4 videos that you will watch through. Now, surface area of cylinders is probably our most intense and challenging concept in this unit. So please be sure to really carefully listen, really understand. We will do a review of this lesson, but I want to make sure that we have enough time next class to really practice this. So I'd like you guys to get a head start on the notes and the instruction piece of it. So you'll watch those notes. And then just use the rest of the time that you have in class to work on any missing assignments from Unit 13. The gradebook currently has tons and tons and tons of missing assignments. So please check PowerSchool. I've listed the names of all of your different 13 assignments. We've done all of them in class. So you should have at least them started. Maybe they just need to get finished. So please double check those and please get any assignments turned in that you have missing. After that is the end of the day. If you have any additional time, feel free to grab a coloring page or a word search from the back table. Feel free to work on any other homework. Feel free to read a book. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next class.